Hello, I'm Dr. Kimberlee Mendoza, and this is another episode of Blue Fire Faith. And today we're going to talk about focusing on Jesus. Now, for years, I've been saved since I was 3 years old, but yet I've lived this roller coaster faith my whole entire life until about maybe 15 years ago, I started to really get it. It's like I crossed over, and then like in the last few years, I've really gotten to that place where I want nothing more than to be in love with Jesus. So it's weird that it would take me so long, and I've been in ministry for almost my entire adult life. So why it took me so long, I don't know. But that's why this whole thing is for you. Like why I'm doing this is because I want other people to have what I have experienced now, that place where you push over to the other side. So I'm going to talk about focusing on Jesus today in a powerful way. I have a great illustration. I hope you'll hang in there with me so you can hear it. Psalms 25:15 says, "My eyes are ever on the Lord, for only he will release my feet from the snare." Have you ever watched, I think Indiana Jones, or maybe it was Pirates of the Caribbean, one of them had this, where there's this really long bridge. It's like a rickety bridge, and it's really long, and it goes over a ravine. And usually there's different boards that if you step on them, they'll pop down. And then there's like this really rocky, scary river underneath you. And so people always say, don't look down, right? And what do? We always want to look down. And, and you imagine Jesus is on the other side of that bridge, and he's like, come on. And what he has for you, the world and life he has for you is on the other side. Your blessings are on the other side. But in order to get over there, you have to trust him so he can tell you where to put your feet. But if you look down, and let's just say that the river and the rocks below are the trials and the tribulations and the problems that we deal with every day. And so Jesus doesn't want you to focus on those. He wants you to keep your eyes on him so he can guide you across the bridge. But if you look down, what happens is we get paralyzed and we don't move forward. We end up staying where we're at. And so we have to get our eyes on Christ at the other end of the bridge, who's telling us where to step, and trusting him that he will get us safely to the other side and not get stuck in our situations and our trials and our tribulations. Psalm 16 says, God is our refuge, our helper, our counselor, and our giver. He wants what's best for us in this life. He wants to bless us. He wants to take care of us. He wants to give us the best of him and the best of what there is to offer. But so often we get so caught up in what we think we can control and what we can do. And so God just kind of goes, okay. He's not going to force himself on us. He is a gentleman. And so if we do not focus on him and keep our eyes on him and trust him and ask him for direction and ask him for help, then what happens in our life is we end up falling down into the pit. We get stuck there because we are not keeping our eyes on him. And so we have got to find that place where we completely focus on him. I don't have an author name for this, but I found this really cool quote. It says, focus on giants, you stumble, focus on God, and your giants tumble. I love that. It's very true. I have been through many things in my life, so many crazy turmoil kind of things have happened in my life, but every time they happen, I just kept my eyes on Jesus, and he's brought me through to the other side, and I know he can do the same for you. So today, your challenge is to, whatever your trial or tribulation or problem is, just give it to Jesus and then trust him with it. Bring it to the altar, put it down, and then go like this yourself and let him take care of you. Because I promise you, if you start to do that, that whole burden comes off of you. It says his burden is light because he takes on our heavy burden. And then we don't have to deal with it anymore. I have a lot of family and friends that are not Christians that go through some pretty hard times, different things like loss of loved ones or financial situations or just a miserable life. And the sad thing is I'm like, how do you go through life without Jesus? I don't even know how people do it. It is literally the thing that's carried me through every situation. I have joy in the midst of the storm because I have Jesus in my life. And you think of Peter, and when he stepped out of the boat, the minute he took his eyes off Jesus, what happened is he went down under. And I can't even imagine life without Christ. So if for some reason you're watching this video and you don't know Jesus, can I just tell you, go find a pastor somewhere that will lead you through that salvation, because it is the difference between life and death. And I you don't have to carry your burdens anymore. You literally can release them to Jesus and he will take care of you. It's pretty powerful. Anyways, that's all I have for you today. You have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll take care and we'll be back next time. Bye-bye.